We lived at the first place that I can remember is Onslow, Iowa. And I think all my mother did is have children, one right after the other. And she never took care of them. It was us that had to take the care of them, change their pants and feed them, and I don't blame or had them. We were dumb. We really did not know where babies came from at that time. We were really small. Anyway, because I remember holding Susie was the last baby, and Dad's sister, Aunt Claire, was in the bedroom with Mother, so Mother must have had the baby in there, and that bedroom was right next to ours. And we could hear Mother groaning and crying and wondering what was going on. So after all that, when the baby was finally born, we were invited in that room to see that baby. And they put that baby in my arms. Now mind you, I was a kid, maybe 10. And that baby jumped, and I ran. And that baby lit on the floor.
No.
My mother hopped out of bed, and I got a beating. Because maybe that baby would have died.
Now we know what was wrong with Susie.
She got dumped on her head.
No, go ahead.
Anyway, we lived in Onslow till I was about 10, so that's just for Jan 8. But I can remember Mother never got out of bed and fixed us breakfast. And Susie and I were fine. And Jan, because Jan was like this, she hung on to me for years, like. Anyway, we would butter all the bread and sugar all over. And we'd have a loaf of bread and a piece outside. And we'd right in the middle of the sidewalk. And somehow we put that down. And that's where we'd eat breakfast. And that was our breakfast. And I remember there was a banker that lived right next door to us. And he'd get up in the morning and be dressed for work, come by us. He'd have to walk around us. I used to remember that, and I used to think, I was getting a little embarrassed about it, and I was wondering if he probably really was. But anyway, we ate till the bread and sugar was gone. And we went, now when I say we, I'm talking about Jan, Susie too little, she went with us. We wanted to go to church. And my mother drug us out to a Catholic church, catechism, every Saturday afternoon. And we'd get our hands hit with rulers because we never memorized anything. And boy, I can tell you, that didn't go over very big. And when we cried at enough, my dad let us quit. My mother was one that was Catholic, and not Dad. But we did go out there a few months, and we started to a Presbyterian church downtown. I said, we were just little kids that needed help getting on a bench and whatever. But we liked to sing and such. So we were there. If we were any place faithful, it was there.
When did you move to Heartline? How old were you then?
Oh, quite a few years yet.
No.
I thought that was the end of the earth. When we came down the road, and my dad says, do you see that place over there? That's where we're going to move. When we went in there, Mike, we were told, I should say we, Mother and Dad, there was a 3-bedroom house, and we were there about 3 days before school started. because we came all the way from Iowa out there. We drove all through, we couldn't find an empty house. Construction was really being built at the dam. There was a great big lake, all through there. And a pear orchard. It was the biggest pear orchard in the world. All that was taken down. And all the folks out in rocks and dirt. But after a while, they gave up and it became a lake because they couldn't get the water stuff. When we looked for our house in Heartline, there wasn't an empty house. There was a two-bedroom shack up on a truck. That was going to be put down on a foundation because the cement was poured. I don't know who helped him, but the next day, that's where we were living, was in that shack. No toilet. We had to go clear to the schoolhouse. And after a couple days, a toilet was delivered and it was put up behind. We had never lived like that. I'm telling you, we really went back instead of modern. It was horrible. Anyway, Dad taught there. Jen went to school there. She was probably a freshman at that time. I had graduated. But right away, I had got a job. And so I had a check written to me. And I hit Jen, I had a basement. That's where our bed was. That's all we had. And so I hid it down there, probably up in the eaves or something, because there wasn't any place else. Anyway, within a few days, I went down to get it. It was gone. My billfold was empty. I really cried. I was just getting ready to send that. See, I was engaged to a kid back in Iowa. I didn't know I want to come out here. There was no future for me out here. And of course, Jen cried because she didn't want me to stay with anybody else. She wanted me there. So she didn't help my in.
Here's your argument in.
Anyway, I went upstairs and I was crying. And I said, I just cashed that check yesterday and somebody stole my money. And it's got to be somebody here. Right away, my mother started to beat on me. I don't want to hear you saying anything else. Not this is your money. You owe us money for living with us. And blah, 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 blah. I knew who had my money. So I knew then I'd never get back to Iowa. Because my boyfriend was in his second year of college. And his parents had given him a brand new car for graduation. And we were really in love, but it didn't do me any good. I got a letter every day from him, and I had to borrow money from Bonita Granville to mail a stamp. And that was September, we got out October. Finally in November, I wrote him a letter, and I said, don't look for me to come back. I said, I have no money, no place to keep any money. It's all taken from as quick as I get it, no place to hide it. So I was going to try and start sending it to him. Well, she'd gone to the post office. Earl Carey was postmaster and told him, if Beverly comes in and wants to mail a letter, you keep it. She's taken money and she can't have mail that check anywhere or the cash. Well, she lied. And finally, we got to be real good friends, Earl Carey and I did. And I told him what was taking place, and he said, "You don't want to break that off, Bevan." I said, "I'll never get back there." I said, "She's taking every penny that is." And so after that, he sent me a graduation picture back. What broke my heart, 6 weeks later, he was engaged to somebody else.
Okay, I want to know something though. You and Jan played basketball together.
In Iowa.
In Iowa. Okay, did Jan play basketball then once she came out here? When she was in high school out here at Heartline?
I don't think there's a basketball team out here.
Even at Meadowing Falls? Because they went from Heartline to Meadowing Falls, right?
She quit school then. Her and Kellen up and got married
Oh,
before Thanksgiving. And Mother didn't know that till it was done.
okay. So,
In Iowa, I was forward and Jan was guard. She could throw that ball like you can't believe. And I'm telling you, God honest truth. She would throw that ball. At that time, you played on half a court, the girls. She would throw that ball. Everybody ducked on the floor. Somebody usually would catch it. I could catch a ball. I made 42 points in one game because of her throwing the ball and me catching it. And
everybody else is ducking.
And the head of the school board, his wife called me grandstand player because her daughter never got the ball. He didn't make her and I shot for him. It was just a night. I could hardly believe it was up. I couldn't miss. And even making 42 points, that other team beat us.
Wow.
I never forgot that. But the only two that really stood out on the team was Jen and I. We were all county players, and because we were good, we knew it, and everybody else was scared.
Well, where were you at when you and Jan started singing? Was that in Iowa too?
No, we moved to Illinois. We're only in Illinois at that time.
Okay.
And we belonged to what's a girls' organization, YWCA. We belonged to YWCA because they had programs for girls, you know. And I remember Jan coming to me and saying, "We're going to sing on Piggy Friday, Pig and Cousin Peggy at 2 o'clock on Friday." And I said, "Who is?" "You and me." I said, "I can't sing." "Oh, I'll sing it loud enough, they'll think it's you." And I thought, well, maybe. Anyway, we sang on the radio for quite a few weeks. And I think we quit out of embarrassment, not because anybody asked us to. And Jen, she kept on singing though for a while.
I would have really liked to have recorded you guys singing back then.
Oh, yeah.
That would have been something.
She could sing. It was me.
You know, I don't remember ever hearing Mom sing.
Hear who?
Mom, I don't remember ever hearing her sing.
She was good.
Was she?
Carried the tune, yeah. And she sang in the Methodist Church choir for a long time.
Okay.
She was pretty smart, but she was spoiled. I can tell you that. I don't think Mother ever corrected her for anything. Not that she was a bad girl, she wasn't. But she got to do whatever she wanted to do. I didn't get that. If there was anybody who was going to stay home and take care of the babies and feed them and all that, it was me.
Yeah,
You're the oldest.
that's the way it works.
Yeah.
I remember one time I got all dressed up for a birthday party. It was feeling pretty good. I thought, now I look nice, and I started out the door, and I might have got a block. And Beverly, Joe, you get back here. I was afraid of her. I never did talk back, or just, I'll be home. Well, none of that. If she wanted me, I was there. And she called me back to dress. Must have been Susie. She was a baby. And I had to go back home and dress her. Okay, the party was over. So, I don't remember us kids getting to do much. I remember Dad built a cement house, and all of us was a basement with coal stoker furnace in the middle of it, and the dining room table was there. None of it was finished. He had put board partitions between one side of it, so those were supposed to be bedrooms. And I can remember the folks went out to a place called Bluebird Inn every Saturday night. And when they came home, they had Mace, Franklin, and I can't remember the other guy's name. 2 black men, huge. We'd never seen men like that before, because we were all in little towns, and you didn't see the blacks. Anyway, my mother brought them home, and they slept in one of those rooms. And I remember we stood there half the morning looking at them, because they had white hands and white bottoms to their feet. And we'd never seen people like that. And they'd snore, and Shan and I would look at them and laugh. And finally, when Mother got up and realized where we couldn't do it. But for quite a few weeks, she'd bring me home. But that's where she went partying. Her and Dad, school teachers, were really strict. You could not drink in any of those towns, or you wouldn't have a job. Well, they went up to a place called Bluebird Inn, and it was mostly black people.
Where was this at? Where were you living then?
Must have been Sherrard. We hadn't moved to Spokane yet, so it was Sherrard.
Okay, you moved to Spokane?
Moved to Medaling Falls.
Okay, so from Sherrard you moved to where?
Delhi,
What was in Delhi?
that little town, and Dad taught there and was coach.
And did you and Jan go to school there?
Yep.
Okay,
We were on the basketball team.
in Delhi too.
And other than that,
Where is Delhi? What state is it in?
it was next to Moline, Illinois.
Okay.
When we moved there at Delhi, Jan was been a freshman, 8th grader freshman, and there was a boy across the street from us that came over to our house quite a bit, and he evidently liked that. Now, he was home on leave from service, but Jan and he were getting to be an item, and I thought, Mother would never let that go on. She never stopped it. His mother asked if Jan could stay there for a week while he was home on leave. And Mother let her, which floored me. She was in school. Well, anyway, I mentioned after he pretty much fixed her up and did what he wanted.
Okay, now, I'm getting a little lost here. You were born in Onslow, Iowa. Where was Jan born?
on same bed.
Okay, so then from Onslow, where did you move to?
Sherrard,
And then from Sherrard,
Villa.
and
And this was beginning to be almost an every year
thing, okay. But you graduated from Onslow, right?
No,
Oh, where'd you graduate from?
Independence, Raleigh.
Oh, okay, now it's starting to make more sense to me. Okay, so Sherrard is in Illinois?
Hmm?
Where's Sherrard at?
Iowa.
Iowa.
It's just a little town.
Oh, I know that, but I'm trying to get it straight on where you guys were at
What state?
and what state.
We were still in Iowa.
Okay,
All this is Iowa. Then down here we went to Illinois.
okay,
We were in Delhi, Iowa, 2 years. And that's where Jan had a boyfriend. But she, and, okay, wait a minute. Then from Raleigh, we moved to Moline, Illinois.
okay.
Jan was still in grade school. Maybe 7th grade, 8th grade. And she had a boyfriend there, and his name was Fuzzy.
Fuzzy?
Fuzzy. And they liked each other for a long time, and there wasn't anything going on, it's just they liked each other. And, yeah, we moved to Moline, Illinois, and Jan couldn't find a job anymore because she was only 7th or 8th grade. She detached corn in cornfields all summer long, and that's hard work and hot work, but she made good money, and she evidently got to keep it. Because all I remember is one time I got paid, and I quit and seen a dress I sure would like. And we were living in Independence. And I went in and asked them if I could put it on. It was the only way I could afford it. And they let me. And it took me a few weeks to pay for it. And when I got it home, I had it all folded for a special occasion. I didn't know what, but I figured, oh, I'm going to wear that. I couldn't find it. Jan was wearing it. And she was too big for it. And she tore out both arms. I was furious. But my mother, I was selfish. I had a new dress, and my sister borrowed it. Anyway, it wasn't worth wearing.
What was your dad's full name? Merle, what was your dad's full name? Was Merle what?
Just initial G.
Merle G. What was your mom's maiden name?
Shelby.
Shelby.
Dorothy what?
Dorothy Shelby.
Do you know what her middle name was?
Gertrude.
What?
Gertrude.
Oh, Dorothy Gertrude Shelby.
Oh boy, what a name.
Yeah.
Quite a name.
Yeah.
So you could have got stuck with Gertrude instead of Josephine.
One's better as the other.
I don't know. Josephine, you can
Yeah,
shorten to Joe.
Joe, yeah. Gertrude, you're in big trouble.
Oh, before we moved to Illinois, Susie was only about 4 or 5 years old. See, I would have been 9. And we were going to Chivalries. Oh, they were a big deal, Mike. That was the only time we got going where we got free candy and the folks were there. And so anytime anybody got there and had a chivalry, we heard about it and we went. Well, we did that one night. And we left Susie in her crib. Now, in her crib, I always put fresh blankets down because the bed was usually wet, crawling with little worms. But I consoled myself. She wasn't on them, touching her skin, because these blankets were keeping her from out of that. What do you call those little worms?
Maggots?
Maggots. Full of maggots. We went to Chivalry. When we came home, there was a county car there, and the neighbors there, and the folks were there, but quite a few other people weren't. All those kids were alone. Like I said, Susie was just a little thing in a bed, and I got the favorite thing, because I was the oldest, supposed to be taken care of. Well, I had gotten a candy bar, and I was pretty thrilled about that. I wasn't very thrilled when I got home and had to give it up. Because it's Chivalry, they give you free candy.
Yeah.
And Jan got to keep hers. She always followed me. She never got in trouble. I was the one that got in trouble. Oh, and those people tried to take Susie away.
I'll bet.
Yeah. And my mother was mad at me. But those women told her, this is just a kid herself. She doesn't have any business trying to take care of other kids. She can't hardly take care of herself. I didn't get deep because there was people there to keep me from it. The neighbors, first thing next morning, they were back up at the house because they were trying to see what happened, and nosy neighbors that had reported us to the county, and it was a good thing that happened from that. My mother had to hire a babysitter. She could not leave again without leaving us with a babysitter. So we got a babysitter called Beverly Lewis, and she would cook for us and make cookies. Oh, she was wonderful. Everything we never had. So Mother had to pay for her, and I don't imagine that lasted too long. My dad never did get the house done. It was still a cement cubicle that had a coal stover in the middle of it. That heated that house up. But it still had all those partitions. Sometime I didn't write that down, but sometime in my grandmother, she was in her 80s, but she couldn't take care of us really because she was, she went to bed every night with a box of cherry candy. It might be in her hair or it might be somewhere, but it was her candy. And we would tease her until she gave us some. In the morning, I could hear her hollering, Beverly, where are you, Beverly? And my mother, they were trying to find her, and we had an inside toilet that you could flush. She had lost comprehension of where she was at. Her bed was over in here, this corner, and this toilet was right here. And in trying to find me, she got her feet in that toilet, and she couldn't get out. And so then she really hollered, and next morning she was gone. the folks that put her in the rest home. I never seen her again.
Yeah, because you.
My mother ran everything. And she was not nice. She was an only child. And what we figured out in later years, her mother died at 36. Her dad was murdered. He was a dentist. We figured that her parents took good care of her, gave her everything she wanted. And she divorced her first husband in less than a year. And her dad had to marry him. And when I reminded her of that, oh, she did give me a good beating. How do you know that? Well, my birth certificate says where I come in. And I said, you have children before me. And it said before 9 months, the first one, that would have been Duke. See? So that was not pleasant. Well, we still lived in the aunt, so we were by ourselves. Grandma, great-grandma was supposed to be taking care of us. And Jan and I were out in the yard, and the apple tree was really getting ripe. But they were way up there, and we couldn't climb the tree. So Jan found a board, like, I don't know what they had sawed something, but it was like a club. And she threw it up there on the apples, and it came down on Beverly's head. And my head started bleeding. And Jan started hopping and crying. Don't tell Mother. Don't tell Mother. How are you going to tell Mother you're bleeding? And anyway, the doctor lived down the street from us a little bit. And we went down there, and he said, how'd you get this, Bev? And I said, Jan threw the board up there, it came down empty. Well, you need a few stitches. So he stitched it up and cleaned it up, put a bandage on it, and then he wrapped a bandage around my head. And Jan kept up and down. Don't tell Mother. Don't tell Mother. I said, what am I going to do with this bandage? She didn't know. Mother never did a thing to her. That could have been the day that Mother and Dad came back from shopping, groceries, and drinking at Oxford Junction, Iowa, where they went every weekend to get groceries. And Mother came in the house, and she had a sack about this long. And Jan said, give it to me out there. And she was dancing around, little girl, she wanted to help. She took it by the sack, by the neck up here. And it was a wet sack. And it was a picnic bottle of beer. And it fell, hit Mother's toe. Mother was hopping around and crying. Now, I'd have had my head knocked off if I'd have done that, but Jan did it. And she didn't mean to. She was in tears right now. Oh, I didn't mean to do it. I didn't mean to do it. And others told her to quit blubbering, But Mother kept crying. Oh, the pain. And I thought, you won't have any pain when you get a drink. Anyway, I do remember Jen got in trouble, but she'd never got.
Did it break the bottle?
No. They were heavy.
Well,
Your bottle, yeah, you bet.
Yeah, and it was 15 bottles full. We moved to Raleigh, Iowa, I guess I said that. Because we sang on the radio. We sang on Cousin Peggy. Mom never punished Jan. That's true. So when we moved to Raleigh, I was through school. Jan was still in school, sometimes. And there was 3 neighbor boys. One had graduated from high school, and the other one that was a senior year, and the other one probably a freshman. And their name was Rosengran, was the last name. And Jan would go down there and talk to them, and they were really bashful guys. I mean, they were that old, but they were bashful. But Jan would side right up to them and talk to them, and they really liked Jan. I thought, you better be careful, because you might end up married to one of them, and look what you'll do with the family then. Because I didn't figure they were all there, but they were bad farmers. And Jan went and visited these neighbor boys all the time. But Jan would go sit there and visit with them. And I can't remember what I wrote there. Anyway, they liked her too. And then from there, now we lived in each of these towns about a year. It seems like that's all the job he got, was a new job every year. And then when we moved to Illinois, he was put as head of Moline Manual Arts. Now that was a good job. It was a job to have. It wasn't a job you could just go get. You had to be appointed. And my mother would go over there all the time. You don't have to put this in. Daryl came home one time from there. He was mad. And he had a room. And he was juice school. And I said, what are you going to do with that? Well, I'm going to take it out. Mother's lost her cool. Well, what'd she do? Dad's secretary, Mother thought he was having an affair. So she had done was go shoot her. Daryl had a broom. I remember him being so mad because he came back home, kind of threw me aside, and came home and said, I hope she snaps out of that or she's going to be in jail. Well, the next thing, my brother ran away from home. And they found him, and he was already down in Mexico. And he was arrested with these other 2 boys for his stolen car.
Uh-oh.
He didn't know it was stolen. They had picked him up. And after he proved that, and I can remember Dad doing some talking and such, and Dad never went down there. But anyway, they sent Daryl home, probably in a police car, to make sure he got home. And of course, he never got in trouble. Daryl, Duke, would knock Mother flat. He wouldn't take anything off of her. Dad couldn't do anything because he beat him up too. Well, Daryl wasn't mean at all, but he could hold his own. And he ran away from that instance because he knew, because police went out there between Mother and his secretary. And he resigned. I imagine she kept her job. I don't remember. But I remember my mother mad. But she was so jealous of my dad. Now, she had been a very pretty lady at one time, but she didn't take care of herself, Mike. She just kind of had herself. She'd buy a new dress. Within a week, it would be every day cooking and, I can't say cleaning, because I don't think she cleaned anything. It was up to us. But she stayed with Dad. But her hair was frizzy, a lot of hair, and real frizzy, and
When you guys moved to Heartline,
after Heartland's last place we moved
okay,
from Illinois, Moline, we went to a place called Raleigh, Iowa,
okay,
and we lived down on a farm.
and then is Raleigh when you went from there to Heartline? And then from Heartline to Moline. Now, you said that Jan didn't go to Moline because her and Kel got
Meadowing
married.
Falls.
Where?
Meadowing Falls.
Middling Falls. That's okay. Jan didn't go because her and Kel got married. Were you and Dad already married?
Yeah. And it was just shortly after Gene and I were married that Jen and Kel
Got married.
got married. I mean, it was a matter of a couple of weeks or so. And Jen quit school. She wasn't pregnant. She wasn't. There wasn't anything for her to do.
Mm-hmm.
And Kel was about 23, out of the service. And Gene and I just being married, Kel decided her and Jen should be married.
Because Gene and Dad are good friends.
Hmm?
Gene and Dad are good friends.
Yeah. And I can remember them standing at a door to the house. And I got my word. In Sherrard. And I can remember them standing there.
It had to be Heartline.
I mean Heartline. And he would say, Gene said, there's only one reason I come up here. It was because we were there going together. And Kel said, I know what you mean. That's the only reason I'm here, too. So they were kind of...
In cahoots with one another.
They were.
I can believe it.
But Jan had a lot of friends. Right away when she moved to Heartline, David and Shirley Carlson were just a little couple of years older than her. And she started running around with Shirley Carlson. And Shirley Carlson already had a couple of babies. And Jen went to work. The lady and her husband had the tavern, owned the tavern. She wanted Jen to keep her house clean and make her bed for her every day. And Jen went to work for her. And she worked for her probably until she got pregnant, I guess. Because at that time, I was working for Nell.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was, and then I was going over every Monday doing the wash. And boy, took go that one day
Doing the wash where?
for Mother.
Oh,
She didn't do anything.
okay.
This is still when they were living in Heartline.
They were still living in Heartline then?
Yeah. And this was in the summer. Yeah. And Boyd came over after me that particular day. And he said, is she ready to go? And Mother said, yes, the washer's done. And he said, Dorothy, this is the last time I'm bringing her over. You're going to have to start getting off your fat ass and doing your own. I could have died. I mean, never in my life had I talked like that to anybody. And she looked at him and he said, she has a home of her own now, and she'll do her own work, but she don't have time to do yours. My mother never said a word. Not a word. It was about 2 weeks after that they moved to Meadow Lane. If I wasn't going to come and do her wash every week, and of course Jan never did go up there. When Jan got married, which was a couple weeks later, they rented the parsonage, Methodist parsonage at
Heartline?
Heartline.
So when did your mom and dad get married?
Thanksgiving time that year.
So it was after I was born?
They didn't even have to get married.
I know that, but you're saying Thanksgiving time that year, and I was born the 15th of November that year.
Well, but they probably went up there before Thanksgiving. They were married at Coeur Lane, same place we were married.
I think the marriage license, I believe, is mom's.
They what?
Mom's marriage license, I think, is in mom's photo album. I think. So I'm hoping that.
So you don't know the date?
No.
Well, it was their fall.
Oh, I know that, but I said.
What year? I think she's trying to.
It's no, I know what year. It'd be 1948, because her and Dad got married in July 3rd, 48, and I was born November 15th, 48.
Okay, so it had been 48 because I was born in the following year.
Right.
49. This is really interesting because this is stuff that Mom never talked about.
I don't, and like I said, she has just started talking about it in the last couple years. And the older she gets, the more stuff comes out that I start finding out about.
They didn't even live at Meadow Lane. Janet Keller already married.
Yeah, that's what you said, that she didn't go to meddling. So it was Pete and Susie that went to meddling then.
He graduated from Meadow Lane.
Well, that's what I'm saying, because you were 5 when Pete was born, and you were 10, you said, when Susie was born. So.
Yeah, they'd had to graduate over at Meadow.
Yeah, because you were 18 almost 18 when you married Dad.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this, were the boys any good at sports? Did they play sports at all?
Who?
The boys.
Boys.
Kel did, but he was in high school.
Yeah, Dad was a good.
Yeah.
But he wanted to know about
Duke and Daryl.
Daryl and Pete.
When Duke got out of service, he went back up and started school again at Meadow Lane, and he was an all-star player. And so was Pete. Pete was outstanding in sports. They both got trophies.
But didn't you say Pete got a full ride scholarship and didn't do it?
I think he did.
Yeah. In basketball.
What a shame.
Yeah.
I remember Mom vaguely talking about, it was probably Pete that said that he was really good.
Mm-hmm.
And Duke was the one that was the artist.
Was what?
The artist.
Oh, yeah. Very good. Very good.
And he worked for Walt Disney for a while.
Now, see, I didn't know that till right now about Duke.
Yeah. He was one heck of an artist.
He could draw anything. He had a lot of drawings all over.
That's something, yeah. I didn't know that at all about Duke.
Well, he was older than we were, and we kind of lost.
Well, nobody, none of you really corresponded except for you and Mom. But as far as the rest of them went, very rarely did you guys ever hear anything until you all started later on in life. You finally got together as a family and started to communicate with one another.
I couldn't get away from Susie. She followed me wherever, whatever I did. I had to be careful. Because she was just like another arm hanging on to me all the time.
You suppose all that comes from you taking care of her when she was tiny?
Oh, I'm sure
She developed independence on you.
Because all through grade school and I would go to bat for her for anything.
There's the reason. There's the reason.
Now, are you talking Susie?
Yeah.
Okay.
And that makes good sense.
Yeah. No, I was just, when she was talking grade school, and I'm thinking, okay, because when Mom was 18, Susie was 8.
Yeah, she cleared down in grade school, I remember.
And you were more of a mother to her. She depended on it. Said you were more of a mother to her than her own mother.
I really was.
Yeah.
Well, you know, I can remember, though, there was a time, Mike, she called me Mom.
Mm-hmm.
I went to a birthday party, got all dressed up, was going to a birthday party. I got out the front door. Beverly, Joe, where are you? Well, I'm going to whose ever birthday it was. You get back here. You haven't taken care of the baby yet. I had to come back home, dress her, feed her, party over. I had to take care of her.
That's what I'm saying. You became her mother.
Yeah.
Really.
And when we lived down on the ranch, it was our house that they liked to come to because we played games, we played cards. There wasn't any drinking. Kids were never beat on. My mother didn't come and get those kids very often. The last time I remember talking to my mother, you kids had just gotten a bucket of candy that comes through the cotton farm. A silver bucket, and half the candy was gone, but there was a lot of candy in there. And that was your Christmas present to all you kids. If you ever seen a mad person, because there was Maury, had a brand new watch, brand new clothes, brand new shoes, everything he wanted, Maury had on. He was bragging. Grandma gave me this for Christmas. I said, then you better go in and stay by Grandma. Because the other kids did not get what you got. And she tried to make up what she was going to do for these other kids, Jan and Cal's kids. And I was absolutely furious. And I can't remember, it seems like I said that peeled candy back to her. Didn't even have it, just put her name and address on it. Because I figured she didn't care enough to wrap it either, she just had it.
Well, to my knowledge, like I said, we didn't get anything from her.
And I wrote her a letter. And I said, you are not the grandmother to my children anymore. I do not want you in my life. You are the most selfish person I have ever seen. You've never had time for my kids, and they're very important to me. Therefore, this is the last time you will ever hear from me, and I don't want to hear from you. My dad called me after that letter, and he was sounded like crying. He said, you have broke your mother's heart. I said, it's too bad I couldn't reach out and break more than her heart. And I said, I meant what I wrote. Old Dutch, he always called me Duchess. You can't be that mean-spirited, whatever. I said, I've taken all the crap off of it, taken all these years where I couldn't do anything about it. And I said, today I can do something about it, and I just have. I don't want to hear from him. It went 2 years.
Declared your independence. She was out right then and there. She said, enough is enough.
Did Jan have a nickname?
You say, I don't remember.
Her name was too short.
Jan.
Jan Elizabeth, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's Grandma's name.
What?
Elizabeth.
The Elizabeth?
That was Dad's mother's name.
The one that was crazy.
Well, she just got old enough. She
Got
Started to lose it. Okay.
because I can remember her. I don't remember my mother doing a lick of work.
I never saw her. The only thing I remember about your mom was one time going down to Lewiston, Idaho, because they were living down there in a trailer. And she was sitting back in the easy chair or whatever. And she's about as big as the easy chair.
She went,
She's big.
oh yeah.
And she never lifted a finger. Grandpa was doing catering to her, bringing her this, bringing her that. And we went and played bingo. And she won quite a few things. She was pretty lucky with that bingo. And I won a Tonka pickup.
Oh, is that right?
And boy, I thought I was really special something then. But as far as I know, that's my only real image of your mom.
She didn't do anything.
And see, I don't have any real.
Recollection at all.
We
Yeah.
were going to have company
They
one
weren't
day.
wrong much.
No, I know they weren't.
When I was about 10 years old. And it was one of my dad's, either his brother or sister. They were coming, and I knew there was relatives coming. Now, as young as I was ashamed of that house. And that dining room floor, you couldn't see a clean patch on it. Food had spilled and dried, and spilled and dried, and she never paid any attention. We even swept it, trying to get it clean. Finally, that day, they went to Cedar Rapids shopping. That in itself was an experience. They went, now what was I going to say? Oh, and I knew they'd be gone all day. So I thought, this is a good day to clean that floor. Now, this is God's honest truth. I got a bucket of water, warm water, threw it on the floor, and I went and got the hoe. I had the hoe to get down to the pattern on the floor. It took me all day long.
Didn't you say that Jen and Daryl ended up helping you?
Duke came in.
Oh, okay. I knew somebody
We were
came in.
Almost done, and Duke could not believe it. And he said, give me that hoe. I said, what are you going to do? Try and take the job away from us and tell him you did it? And it made him mad, but that's what he intended to do. He said, well, I helped you. I said, this corner's all there is left. We've done it all. And when we were so thrilled. We really expected to get a pat on the back, really. Well, you didn't have to do it.
Yeah, because what happened was you guys did clean it up and made her look bad. She didn't like that. Said you guys cleaned it all up, made her look good, and she didn't do it and made her look bad. She didn't like that.
Because when the company came in, we said, probably, look at this floor. We're the ones who cleaned this floor. See, I can't
imagine having company come in
And not care. And
and have the floor be that.
She had never done a thing in her life.
Dad said that too.
And it sure showed. It sure showed.
Well, being an only child, and
She didn't have to.
no.
And she didn't have a mother. Her mother had died.
Did
And
Grandpa ever, did her